no longer possible to ignore generative AI. It is better to sit at the table and try to understand how it could support our business and our lives. But first, we need to be clear about how this disruptive technology works and what the opportunities and risks are. So, watch the video to find out how you can get the most out of ChatGPT, and if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel to get the latest insights on digital transformation. Let's get started! Generative AI is the ability of artificial intelligence to create content such as text, images, and videos using machine learning algorithms. Unlike traditional AI models that are trained to perform specific tasks, visual recognition or text translation, generative AI seeks to create new content autonomously. How does it work? Generative AI learns to create new content by analyzing large amounts of existing data. In addition to selection, the process of cleaning the raw data, which reduces quantity in favor of quality, is crucial. This process involves a number of steps, including editing and deleting incorrect and incomplete data fields, detecting and eliminating duplicate information and unrelated data, and correcting formatting errors, missing values, and spelling mistakes. Then there is the neural network, a mathematical structure that mimics the way the human brain works, allowing generative AI to learn and continuously improve over time. And finally, there is the machine learning model. This is the brain of generative AI, which analyzes training data and learns to generate new content autonomously. Generative AI has grabbed the headlines and interests of professionals and lay people alike since OpenAI made its generative intelligence model, GPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer, available. Based on language transformation and trained on a huge amount of text from the internet, GPT is the most widely used generative AI model to date. The efforts of engineers and scientists in the training phase have given the algorithm extensive knowledge on human language and the ability to generate coherent and persuasive text. If you ask ChatGPT what it can do, its answer is: GPT is designed for human interaction via chat or text messaging. It can answer questions, provide information, make suggestions, or even participate in informal conversations. ChatGPT uses the context of the conversation to generate relevant and coherent responses. After the praise, however, it also admitted its limitations. However, it is important to note that generative AI, including ChatGPT, has some limitations. Because generative AI does not have a true understanding of the world like humans, it can generate content that appears coherent, but is actually inaccurate or misleading. In addition, generative AI may be susceptible to assuming biases in the training data that could affect its responses. In fact, we must never forget that we are talking about a technology that has been trained by humans on such a large amount of text that there is a risk of hallucinations. It is indeed possible for the model to generate inconsistent, irrelevant, or even bizarre answers. To overcome this problem, we must always fact-check the information. A thorough check of dates, names, and anything else we do not know. But this is not the only risk of generative AI. Other equally important limitations are not only practical but also legal, ethical, and social. We should not choose not to use generative intelligence, but we can do so consciously and responsibly. Its role will be to support certain activities, but without allowing us to lose control over the generated results. We can have all the fun we want writing Shakespearean-style greetings cards, composing poems from two simple words, or even making funny pictures like the Pope wearing a Montclair. But the really disruptive impact of this technology is in the professional sphere. From writing emails or PowerPoint presentations to improving customer service, ChatGPT not only improves business, but also creates new business opportunities. Let's see what kind of support it offers to the main business sectors. Number 1, marketing and sales. The first area to benefit is content-driven marketing. With ChatGPT, you can get help to creating promotional messages, social media posts, and blog articles. The text generated can be turned into copy, but also into a script for video or a prompt for images. However, the risk of using text indiscriminately without the control and transformation of a professional is the loss of corporate identity. Generative AI can work on style, but it is still far from emulating the corporate tone, which is made up of perceptions, images, and values associated within the brand. But it could deliver satisfactory results in the creation of product user manuals consisting of lists of activities and actions, where a simple, detached tone is perfect for achieving the purpose, for example. The analysis of large amounts of data is definitely the strength of generative AI. With ChatGPT, it is possible to improve customer satisfaction thanks to its ability to analyze feedback. It can also answer questions from potential customers and gather useful information from profiling. Again, it could analyze sales data and customer behavior to make predictions and suggestions for sales strategies. Number 2, human resources. Recruitment is a delicate process. In addition to the technical requirements and the soft and hard skills, there is the empathic side of the interview, the side made up of nonverbal communication, where the body sends signals that it does not control. That is why, even in the field of human resources, we need to talk about support and not total delegation. ChatGPT could, for example, provide immediate answers to employees' internal questions about company policies, benefits, hiring or leave processes, and internal procedures. Or it could take care of the very first stage of the training process for new employees, providing them with detailed information about company policies, organizational structure, internal resources, and operating procedures. A kind of basic training that is then complemented by a confrontation within the people who to this day remain the true essence of a company. Generative AI can also be used to support the first phase of selection process. It could carry out an initial screening of CVs on the basis of predetermined macro criteria, ensuring that only those candidates who match the position identified reach the physical interview with the HR team. And number 3, operations, IT, and production. Generative AI is able to support all the stages necessary to transform a project idea into a product or service. Starting from the research and development phase, the use of ChatGPT allows us to analyze large amounts of data and provide useful information, such as identifying market trends or producing technical reports. It could also contribute to the creation of new ideas and concepts by providing inspiration and creative suggestions. In production, artificial intelligence has long been used to add intelligence to devices large and small. In addition to its benefits in data analysis, its ability to generate text has improved the user interfaces and provided insights into production planning, optimizing time and processes. Finally, it has allowed us to identify errors, anomalies, and production defects. Again, ChatGPT could provide support in solving common technical problems, such as software configuration or system troubleshooting. It could also provide technical advice on the implementation of new IT solutions or the integration of existing systems, and write code or auto-compile data tables using its ability to generate synthetic data. In terms of customer service, generative AI has made chatbots intelligent. Virtual assistants speed up the communication with customers, especially in the information or sales support phase. In short, generative AI support is very powerful, but requires constant monitoring. And speaking of artificial intelligence, If you would like to learn more about its relationship with marketing, as mentioned before, you might want to take a look at my video in the corner, which focuses on all of this. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you found it useful, and if you did, remember to check out my YouTube channel for more content to help your business thrive in the digital age. See you soon. Ciao!